Inside the Deck is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the best online retailer for Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product, and GatheringMagic.com, your place to explore the game.
Vintage is the oldest format in Magic. It's one of the eternal formats where you can basically play any card that's ever been printed. They have an extensive restricted and banned list, so you can only play one Black Lotus, but pretty much everything's fair game, including like Portal, conspiracy cards, just like, yeah, basically everything.
Oath of Druids.
Both results.
Go ahead. I'm Scott-Vargas. I'm playing in the Vintage Championships here at Eternal Weekend, and I'm playing Oath of Druids. Oath of Druids is a pretty simple deck. It's just trying to combo Forbidden Orchard and Oath of Druids, which gives your opponent a creature and then lets you activate Oath, because it says if your opponent has more creatures, you get to go from the top of your deck until you find a creature. The only creature the deck plays is Griselbrand, so it does a pretty good job of getting out a pretty quick Griselbrand and then using Griselbrand to draw a million cards and kind of winning the game from there. I played a lot of different Vintage decks, most of them blue, and Oath is just one of those decks, but I picked this one up a couple weeks ago just when I found out I was going to be able to make it to Vintage Champs.
Back for 7. I'm gonna grudge that guy. Give you a token.
That's a really nice hand.
This deck is very light on win conditions. Besides Griselbrand and Key, you can actually take infinite turns by continuously untapping the Time Vault, which does let you win off Jace Ultimate if you really need to. Oath mana base is pretty simple. Just plays 4 Forbidden Orchards, because that's a combo piece, and of course mana fixing. You've got the dual lands you need, so 2 Tropic Island, 2 Underground Sea, and a Volcanic, a basic island, and then 5 blue fetch lands like Scalding Tarn and Polluted Delta to go get them. Then you play the full complement of Moxes, Lotus, and a Mana Crypt, and there you have it. The rest of the deck is pretty normal blue stuff. It's got the 4 Oath of Druids, it's got Force of Wills, Mental Misstep, Thoughtseize, Flusterstorm as Disruption, and it's got like Preordain, Ponder, Ancestral, Time Walk, Demonic Tutor, and Vampiric Tutor as your card draw and restricted cards, plus some dig through times. So I'm playing Ingot Chewers as my anti-workshop sideboard, which you can actually oath into Ingot Chewer, which is pretty funny, but it's been pretty good. And then a bunch of cards against Dredge, like Leyline of the Void, Pithing Needle, and Nihil Spellbomb. So it's basically just those 2 decks I'm sideboarding against. I don't really sideboard against anything else. I would classify Oath as like a combo control deck. It's a little heavier on the combo. It is trying to win the game very quickly, but it does get to play a lot of control elements like Force of Will, Mental Misstep, Thoughtseize, that sort of thing. Go ahead. There's a ton of Mitchell's Workshops decks running around, and Oath is decent against those. I don't really want to play against Workshops, but I don't really know. Oath doesn't have like any insane matchups. It's just fairly solid against the field. So the reason Oath is good against Workshop decks is it just has this like 2 mana card that is really hard for them to beat. Other than that, it's like a normal blue deck, which isn't great against Workshops, but the addition of Oath I think does go a long way. The worst matchup for Oath is, I don't even know, probably some deck that just has a lot of Grafdigger's Cages and more. If I play against a deck that sideboards like 3 Grafdigger's Cage and 4 Containment Priest, I think that would be pretty tough. I love playing Vintage because Vintage just has awesome games. You get to play these awesome iconic cards like Ancestral Recall and Time Walk and Black Lotus. And because I like casting cards like Preordain and Dig Through Time and Brainstorm, which you get to do in Vintage.